welcome to the Mediaplex.
Thank you.
It's really nice to have you with us.
Listen, you're looking very fashionable.
I had to be in Bay's presence, right?
I must say,
I know I look like someone who didn't belong in the frame.
No,
it's
you're
great to have you with us.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
It's lovely having you with us. You know, you often are being chased by journalists or hounded by paps. From there, you're now playing the role of a journalist, which is kind of why you're here in the Mediaplex. So, which one's more fun? Being papped or being the journo?
I think being the journo for sure. Because growing up, my dad used to literally call me khabri and reporter because I used to ask too many questions. Everything was, but why? But why? And then also, if a family member said something bad about another family member, I'd always go and tell them.
So you were like a Sansani, idhar ki baat udhar, udhar ki baat
I was that child. But my character in the show plays this, up-and-coming journalist. So what tips would you give my character?
You know, I actually watched the entire series through the weekend. That's what I was doing. And that's tip number one, really. Just a lot of research, right? I mean, if you're not researching hard enough, that's always going to be a problem. Because you can't be in the company of a person you're speaking to without having done enough research, right? So I saw you've done a lot of research as well, which is quite cool. So I think you're already getting into the role and becoming the journalist, right?
Yes, and always being prepared. That's why I'm relying on my handy questions. But I also want to ask you that, obviously, when you do research, how important is it to do fact-checking and how do you make sure that you get it right? Oh,
so you really need to read a lot, study a lot, and that's really what consumes most of the time, right? Because if you aren't properly prepared, somebody can always catch you. And you've seen when you're live on TV, and especially when you're taking on a big minister or anybody really, and if they can catch you on some point when you're factually wrong, that can get really troublesome very quickly. So I think to avoid that, you really need to research very hard, and that's most important. As we see during your series, and I don't want to give too much away, there's a lot of, when you see some kind of an Instagram controversy, people just love it, right? So content creators also end up creating content which they think will viral and will fly. I mean, you're a natural at it, but outside of that, it puts pressure on newsrooms like ours to do good journalism. I think the other guy who's just trying to be a good journalist.
Yeah, Neil.
So I think that's really the effort. How do you do good journalism and yet ensure that there is an audience for it, that people want to watch it without having to do crazy things.
But how do you manage to stay, unbiased and objective about,
it's not that difficult, Ananya, if you try, because, as your series shows, there are different kinds of journalists and different kinds of journalism. You can be sensational by choice, and a lot of our competitors are, or you can try and stay true to fact, where, because you know what is correct, over a period of time, you have a sense of which is the right side, what the facts are, you can be objective, or you can be crazy, like the other journalist in your show, right? Yeah, he's just like, and thing is, he's eerily like some of our competitors. And they're crazy because even when they know that something is factually incorrect or is potentially going to create a riot-like situation or maybe ruin somebody's life, they'll still keep doing it because they think that's where TRPs are. And that, I think, is the worst thing you can do, because journalism is not, at least to my mind, a regular job, right? It is a larger public service, and if you want to do it, then do it well. And if you want to just sensationalize for the sake of a few ratings, then just do something else, because this is then not right for you. But I think, and that's where that's why I enjoyed watching Bay, because it kind of captures that tension and that struggle between those who are trying to do the right thing and those who know they're doing something wrong and get reveling in it, right? I wish you all the best for your series. I hope everyone enjoys it.
And maybe for season 2, I'm gonna intern with you.
You must. No, why intern? You can be you're already a special correspondent, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, so maybe you can have your own show. You can have your own show.
Maybe.